Hello, everybody. It is Levi, the owner of the NRA and the driver of the number 15, and your commentator for today. The videos that you're about to see were filmed from my perspective. Since I am still racing, I cannot film a full race. This is the full race of Sonoma. However, the reason I am making this right here as a low notice is that this is the first time our league has ever raced at a road course, meaning that during this race there were a bunch of mess-ups and a bunch of corner cuts and a bunch of off-road racing. So that is just a notice for today, because like I said, this is the first time our league has ever participated or has ever actually raced on a road course. So drivers are inexperienced with this road course and are unexperienced with road courses in general, along with me. This is my first time racing at a road course, and I went off track a bunch of times. So, that is it for now. Hope you enjoy the race, and when this goes, we were already under green flag for lap 1. So, have a good time watching this race, and we'll all see you next week. Or, sorry, this week, now that I'm posting this week, at Chicagoland. Not Chicagoland, sorry, Chicago Street Course. So, let's get this underway. Green flag has been thrown for this race. We are on lap 1 now, coming up into the first turns of this race. Nick and Joseph fighting for P1 in the first lap of this race. Levi still trying to catch up, slowly making up ground. Nick is in P2, Joseph in P1. Chance, which was a former driver for LHR, is currently driving the number 43. And look, Nick and Levi hit. Chance Hughes, former driver and also a retired driver, returns for this race for one time. Returns to this race at Sonoma, driving the number 48 for LHR. Nick is still trying to make up that position. Levi slowly catching up to Nick and Joseph in the first laps of this race. Nick catching up to Joseph as they coming off of these turns. Coming up into this turn. Braking. Levi hits Nick. That didn't quite sound right to me, but Levi hits Nick. Nick slows down tremendously, and Levi nails him in the back. Caution is out. Levi driving with that 15 right there. And there's Joseph. I mean, not Joseph. There's Chance Hughes in the 48. Now, the reason why Chance's car does not look all that good is because... oh, we're going green. Green flag is out. Green flag is out. Green flag flies. The green flies. Green flies. Green flag is out. Green flag is out. Levi returns that position to Joseph after not fully calling the green. Nick goes on the outside of Levi, going off track and into the sand or dirt, whatever that is. I'm still trying to figure that out. Levi goes off track along with Nick almost going off track. Levi goes off track now, fighting with Chance Hughes, his teammate. Now, like I was speaking a minute ago, you cannot see what is happening up with the leaders because I do not have the ability to press view player and spectate while recording this. Therefore, we cannot quite see what's up there. You can only see what I'm seeing. But like I was saying, Chance Hughes is with that 48 car. Levi corner cuts us a bit. Chance Hughes with that car that's back there with the 48 car may not look all that good because it was on a short notice. Levi hits Nick once again. It was on a short notice that he was going to come back and race for this race here. Levi corner cuts. Chance Hughes gave short notice that he was going to come and race, meaning that they did not have enough time to make that car actually look too good. Just slapped on a sponsor and number and slapped on the name. Levi once again gives Nick a little bump coming up to the turn that caused the first caution. Let's see if it caused another caution. Levi brakes early again. Levi goes right on the inside of Nick. Nick is off track just a slight bit. Levi kind of forces him off track. Coming up into the last turn, Levi hits Joseph, and Joseph saves himself. Looks like Levi kind of braked a little late there, trying to dive bomb Joseph. Didn't quite work. Levi is going to try getting on the inside of Joseph here, but it's not going to quite work. Levi gives him just a slight nudge. Levi is now in P2, Joseph in P1. Nick has moved up to P3, and Chance Hughes down to P4. Coming over here to this turn. I got to learn the turns. Sorry that I'm saying these turns. It's just that I'm not quite familiar with the turns and what names or what number of turns they are. Hopefully we'll learn that farther on in the race. Nick on the inside off track trying to get past Levi. Joseph all the way up ahead. Levi's trying to make up all that position. Levi brakes late and still makes that turn pretty good. But Joseph is still leading and still keeping that gap out. Levi is trying to get on the inside. Now, there is a slight rule that everybody was informed of, that if your truck is still on those little pads right there, on the little curb, that is not a track violation. As long as you still have a tire on those curbs or on those parts right there, you are still good. Now, the only thing is, now nobody was given a penalty during this race because nobody had made an overtake using the off-track curbs, or going off track and making an overtake. That's why nobody was given a penalty for this race. Levi brakes late once again. Joseph on the inside, Levi still on the outside. Nick kind of goes right into the wall, as they all go over to the wall to try and wall ride it to get up speed. We're still under green on lap 4 of this race. Joseph's still leading the race. Levi's still trying to catch up. Nick is still in P3. Chance is all the way in P4. Chance is currently waiting for the update. Levi kind of making up a little ground to try and pass Joseph. Joseph pulls out that gap. There is Chance. Chance is currently 15 seconds behind. Levi slows down because he knows that he just tried overtaking there. Nick behind him, taking him over on the outside. Levi's not pulling off. Levi pulls off. But they both brake at the same time. Levi was not expecting that one. Joseph is still leading. Nobody can catch him. We're still in the first few laps of this race, but still, nobody can catch him. Levi is still trying to catch him. Maybe he'll be able to do it in these turns, but I don't think he can. No, he cannot. Joseph keeps on stretching that gap out. Joseph did absolutely... Sorry. He didn't do all that bad in qualifying yesterday, but now he is doing amazing on track. During practices, he was saying that he absolutely hated this track and that he didn't feel like he could win it. And yet here he is, still leading the race and defending his position in P1. Levi is still in P2, trying to catch up. Joseph puts his car up against that wall as Levi comes up and kind of nudges him and passes him just like that. Levi coming up here up to the last turn on lap 5, coming up into lap 5. We are now on lap 5. Chance still far behind. Nick is slowly but surely catching up to the leaders. Levi is now trying to defend his position from Joseph because he knows that if Joseph gets by him, he's not going to be able to get that position back for a few more laps. But the only thing Levi really has to worry about is finishing P3. Because if he finishes P3, he'll be up to 200 points. And Joseph will be down 91 points. Now, the reason why I say this is because even if Joseph wins the next 2 races, the reward for... Levi hits the wall trying to keep up that speed. But if Levi finishes P3, Levi will be up 200 points, and Joseph will be up at least... If he finishes P2 or P1, he will be at least... Here, sorry, let me rephrase that. And look at that move. Joseph tricked him into thinking he was going to try going on the outside. Levi is still trying to make up that ground on the inside, on the dirt. They could not make it. But sorry, and Levi still trying, is being a little aggressive now. Levi getting a little aggressive, pushing off track, and yeah. Wow. Pushing him off track just like that to make the pass. We'll see what happens in these few turns. Levi is still trying to defend his position, but like I was saying, even if Joseph wins this race, if Levi finishes P3, Levi will be up to 200 points, and caution will fly once again. Caution is out. This will give us a little more time to talk about this now we don't have to worry about commentating and talking about the race. Anyways, if Levi finishes P3 today and Joseph finishes P1, then inevitably, sorry for all the notifications also, Levi, if he finishes P3 and Joseph finishes P1, Joseph will only be up 91 points for this race. I missed what happened there. There's so much happening under caution. I cannot speak. If Levi finishes P3 today, Levi will go up to 200 points. If Joseph finishes P1 today, he will be up to 91 points. The next two races for finishing P1 in the next two races is 20 points and 30 points. Those will be the last two races of the season. Therefore, if Joseph finishes P1 and Levi finishes P3 in this race, Joseph will have to make up those points somehow, but he will not be able to do it because even if he wins the next two races, he'll lose the championship by 1 point. The only thing Levi has to do here is finish P3 and he wins the championship. Coming around these turns, Levi is just trying to get on the inside or outside, one of the two. Chances bumping everybody. A driver who never quite had too much experience with the new game. He retired when the league was still in Rostock, but as we're coming up to these final turns, we're about to go green once again. Getting their speed up. Levi gets the green ready. Coming off of the final turn. Chance bumps Levi just a bit. Levi trying to stay off the wall. Joseph wall rides off the wall. Levi trying to get up there to P2 before the green flies, and green flag is out. Green flag is out. Green flag flies. Levi takes the lead from Joseph. Levi takes the lead from Joseph coming on to turn 1 and on to turn 2. Messing up just a slight bit there. Looking behind him to see where they are. Joseph off track just a bit from what I could see right there. Levi coming up onto these turns, trying to keep his speed up and keep his mindset good. He's lost the pack. Where's the pack? Levi's off track, brakes and goes into this turn. There's Joseph, Chance, and by the looks of it, the current order of running is Levi P1, Joseph is P2, Chance is P3, and Nick is P2, Chance is P3, and Joseph is P4 by the looks of it. Coming on to the S's. I believe that's the S's. I gotta learn the turns. I'm just gonna call them by what I think they are. Coming over to the final area, Levi pushing the car and almost causing another caution, lagging a little bit. Braking kind of early, take that turn. Nick is right behind him in P2. Chance up to P3, riding the wall to try and get ahead. Joseph down to P4. Now all Levi is trying to do is keep his position up there and defend it from either Joseph or maybe even his teammates, because his teammates could possibly be trying to win the race for themselves. Levi off track, extreme lag. Levi off track again. Nick goes up onto the inside and caution flies. I believe it was because Joseph possibly spun himself, maybe intentionally. I don't know because I can't see it from all the way up here. Y'all are probably like, what in the world? And then y'all kind of forget that I'm doing commentary over my own, because I'm also the driver of the 15, the POV you're seeing right now. Nick is currently sitting in P1 for the restart. Levi trying to get up and onto the outside. Joseph up into P3, maybe P4. The pits are open. And like always, it's going to be a race back to the pits. Like always. Every time, it's a race back to the pits. Caution just doesn't matter anymore. It's a race back to the pits. Sometimes it just doesn't matter at all. Chance over here up to... There goes Nick. Nick corner cutting extremely. This is some of the most funnest times during the race. And oh, Levi spins himself. Almost dies. This is some of the fun times of the race, is when you're racing back to the pits. Into the pit went Joseph, Nick, and Chance. Levi's going to be going into the pit last. Gonna be trying all he can to get out of the pit first. And by the looks of it, they have all chosen pits that are not their pits. So in the league, the pits are decided on qualifying positions, meaning that wherever you qualified is the pit you have to use, which is not like that, since... Wow. So the way qualifying is, your pit is decided on your position, meaning if you're P1, you are in the first pit at the end of pit road, and if you are P2, you are in pit 1 or pit 2, right at the front of pit road behind the first one. And for some reason, I couldn't get my car to go out of the pit right here. It would not go above 7. And I'm pretty sure that is because Nick knocked me into a different pit lane. But once I got my speed up, it kind of actually... My speed went back up after I left the pit, so that was good. We are still under caution. We have to do one more lap under caution. We are about to enter lap 10 once we go green. The rest of them had stopped and waited for me since I was having trouble with my car and it would not accelerate. Nick always, for some reason, stops dead on track when I say, or when I ask them to stop for a second. And it always takes him a few minutes to finally get back up and going. You'll most likely see more of this in the future, where you're seeing it from my POV up until the point where I retire from racing. I will be racing the next season of the Winston and American Thunder Cup Series and the Junior Cup Series next season, and after that season I'll most likely retire and take on commentary and filming all the races. Nick has finally joined the pack back. So yeah, that is one thing that I will enjoy about the retirement and no longer racing, is that I'll be able to do commentary and I'll be able to actually film races better. So that is the one good thing and one good benefit of doing it. Now, as we're getting ready to come off of these final turns, I'm gonna come up here, speed. Everybody's gonna try getting their speeds back up. It's gonna be slow but steady. Everybody's gonna get their speed back up. Joseph kind of forces Levi into the wall from what I could saw, from what I remember I just saw. Chance almost dies. Okay, coming off of the final turn, everybody puts themselves against the wall. Nick kind of gives Levi a little nudge to get him a little more up speed, but Levi's going to have to type the green flag and lose some of that speed. Green flag is out. Green flag is out, and we are on lap 10. Whoa, what was that? Levi spins Joseph after trying to figure out what that was that just went by. Caution flies once again. That is not a person who is racing with the league. Meaning that someone has randomly joined this lobby. Again, sorry for the notifications. I forgot to turn my notifications off. But also, green flag will fly. The green flag will fly when we get once everybody gets back into the field, and the green flag will fly once again. I need some water. Give me a second. Oh yeah, green flag is finally out. Levi up into the wall. Caution will not fly, but the green flag is back out. Okay, I am back, and I have gotten myself some sweet tea. Actually, we are green. And Levi is currently all the way in the back after having to spell green, and Levi's going to corner cut here just to make up that time. Chance goes off track trying to figure something out, I guess. Levi corner cuts again, just trying to get up again towards the pack so he has a bit of a chance. Joseph is in P3. Levi is currently behind Joseph. Levi dives bomb Joseph and goes beneath both Nick and Chance. Nope, can't get by Nick, but he got by Joseph. Nick breaks early, Levi breaks late. Levi off track, and there goes Nick, and where is Joseph? There's Joseph. Dives bomb both of them. Almost puts himself and Nick into the wall. Levi back down the fourth. Chance up onto the wall and wall rides a bit. Levi knocking himself into Nick. Trying to get past Joseph. Levi is now trying to fight for that third position just to be able to win the championship. Even if Levi wins this race, he'll have a shot at winning the crown jewel. He won at Charlotte. Now he has to win this, and he has to win Daytona. Dive bombs Joseph and Chance. Nope, can't make it. Passes Chance. Like I said, in the final few laps of the race, it kind of gets a little hectic. It's gonna get real hectic now. Now he's really kind of playing a little dirty. Scratch little. Now that he's playing dirty. The race officials have just announced that the race will end on lap 20. For the time being, we'll keep racing. The race will end on lap 20 because of time. The race has to end by at least 3:50 or at least 3:59. One of the two. Cannot end at 4. Has to end by at least 3:50. Now we are all trying to get to the end and trying to get the race over with. Trying to make fastest time so we can get the race over with. Chance passes Levi. Joseph gives Levi a little nudge on the back. As we're now coming up onto the final turn, Chance is finally leading the race. Levi spins Levi spins Chance, and the caution flies. Yeah, so race officials have also said that the lap rules will stay as it is. If a lap and on the last lap, once the white flag is thrown, a caution cannot be thrown on the last lap. However, if a caution is thrown before the final 3 laps of the race, or before, if a caution is thrown on the final, if we are 3 laps before the end, and a caution comes out before the end, while we are on at least lap 17 or lap 18. Lap 18 or 19. I'm sorry, guys. If a caution flies on lap 18 or 19, then the race will be then 3 extra laps will be added to the race. But as of right now, as it stands, lap 20 will be the end of the race, unless a caution is thrown on lap 18 or 19. Chance up to P1. Chance is not supposed to be in P1. We are currently getting information that him and his team owner are arguing about it. That everybody else has been P1 or P2 up in the front the entire race, and he's been in the back during the restarts. As we're coming off of this turn here, we're going to come up towards the final turn and get ready for the start. Lagging a bit. Coming up to this turn. Levi accidentally throws the green flag a little early. Green flag flies either way. Levi has thrown the green flag a little early on accident. Joseph, and he has returned that position to Joseph. Levi now getting past Joseph. Oh no, Joseph has returned that position for hitting Levi on the restart, is what we are getting information from. Nick passes Levi up into P1 now. Levi is still kind of trying to push his car to the limit. Trying to see what's the fastest. Levi passes Nick once again on the inside. We are on lap 13 of this race. Nick hits Levi, and Levi goes off into the wall. Caution flies. I don't really think that there was anything Levi could have done during that. Nick just kind of hit him in the back extremely hard, broke extremely late, and now Levi's going to corner cut to get up to the pack so they can throw the green flag early. Levi slows down so that he can get back into the pack, into formation. Trying to start 3 wide or 2 wide is kind of difficult sometimes, especially when people don't know how to pace. Coming off of this turn, once we come to the final turn, we'll go green. Nick falls down. Levi does not call the green flag early this time. Both Chance and Joseph go into the wall. Kind of ride it a bit. Levi onto the outside of Chance as they go green. Joseph up into P1 still. Levi into P2. Joseph stretching that gap out far. There's no catching him. Levi is going to be trying to push everything he can just to get up there. With the lag, it's kind of making it a little bit hard to judge when to turn and when to brake. Brakes early and accelerates fast. Joseph still stretching everything out, trying to stay and keep that lead, trying to stay and keep the lead. Nick kind of gives Levi once again, a little boost. And that turn has been where everybody has always gone off track. So no penalties will ever be given there because everybody just kind of goes off track there. Coming up into the S. Levi goes off track, trying to get up that speed. Trying to push that turn at a flat out turn. Levi brakes late and brakes behind Joseph. Looks behind him to see where everybody is. And Levi hits Joseph, and the caution flies. Once again, Nick has just said that the caution should fly. We do not know what happened behind. If Joseph and Chance can get up there before everything, then the green flag will fly. Oh no, if Nick and Chance can get up there, the green flag flies. Before they reach these little final turns, the green flag will fly. Levi going into Joseph on the inside of Levi. Onto the inside of Levi. Joseph passes Levi. Levi goes off track and passes Joseph on the inside. Or at least almost tries. Joseph takes it right back from him. Levi knows he's so close yet so far away. Levi's going to try everything he can. We are on lap 15, meaning that we are now halfway through this race. Oh, and Levi almost passes him there. Not almost, but got to speed up a little bit and to where he almost passed Joseph if he probably braked a little later. Off the track again. Coming up into the S's. Coming into the bow. I'm going to call this the bow because it kind of looks like a bow and arrow. Coming into the bow. Not a bow and arrow, sorry. It kind of looks like a bow for, like, you know, a bow and arrow. If you know. kind of looks like a bow. And how the front stretch. Kind of like how that straight stretch of track is like. It's like the string for the bow, and the curve is like the actual wooden part of the bow. So we're going to call that the bow. Coming up into lap 16. We're on lap 16 now. Joseph off track, but still keeping his speed up. Levi almost hits Joseph. Caution flies once again. Something happened in the back. Something happened in the back with Nick. Chance is up here, so either Nick spun himself or Chance did something to spin Nick. There is no evidence to provide any of it, so who knows? Could really use a little bit of music. It'd be nice, wouldn't it? Just have like a bit of music playing. Be a little nice. Looks like everybody is fighting for what? Who knows? I do believe the pits are open once again. I didn't see the call go out that the pits are open, but yeah, everybody's racing back to the pits, so pits must be open. We up here in the commentary box don't always get everything. We might get some information, but not all the time. But pits are open once again. It's gonna be a race. They're racing to the pits. Joseph spins. Levi spins Joseph right into the pit. Chance spins him back around. Almost. Now, if we are correct, the drivers have been fully informed about the pit situation. However, will they all obey it? I don't know. Maybe all of them did not read the... as far as what I'm told, drivers were informed about the pits. Levi goes into his pit as he qualified P2. Joseph into a pit behind. Levi took tires and no fuel. I'm sorry, yes, he took tires and half fuel. And a little bit of fuel. So now, looking at the time, race has to end now. Or it has to end very quickly. Meaning that the call has officially gone out that the race will end, and lap 20 is official. Lap 20 will be the official end of the race. Lap 20 will be last lap. Levi now struggling to get back up the hill. Levi saying stop because he's struggling to get up the hill now. Everybody has stopped right out there before the turn, and now we're gonna get speeds back up. Levi retaking a spot in P2. Oh no, Levi retaking a spot in P1 actually, since he was the first to leave the pit. And Joseph spins again. Coming into the bow. Spins once again. Everybody slows down. Coming out of the bow. Coming out of the bow, we're all single file coming into this final turn. Green flag is ready. Coming into this turn, Joseph gives Levi a little nudge. Extreme lag. Wow. Green flag flies. Joseph kind of pushes Levi into the wall a bit. We're on the final, and boom, Levi hits him. But that just gives him advantage and pushes him out into the out in front. Chance pushes Levi off track. Levi passes under Chance. Levi is now trying to make up those positions to try and get in front of Joseph. We are in the final 3 laps of the race. If a caution flies now, 3 laps will be added to the official end to the race. It is now, everybody's fighting for the lead now. There's going to be a lot of corner cuts and a lot of chaos because we are now in the final few laps of the race, meaning that everybody's going to be fighting for that win. But all Levi really cares about right now is winning the championship. But he also cares about winning that crown jewel. And to win the crown jewel, he has to finish P1 in this race. Can he pass him coming out of the bow? He almost tries, goes off track. He cannot pass him coming out of the track. And he spins Joseph, and the caution will fly. Caution flies. And they spin again, coming out. If they hurry, they can go green. If they hurry, they can go green. We're waiting for Chance. They're waiting for Chance. They cannot go green. They have to make 1 extra lap, meaning that the official end of the race will be lap 21. Lap 22, actually. And Nick spins Levi. Sorry that I'm not talking. I just don't have much to talk about during the caution phase. It's going to be extremely intense in the final few. Nick pushes Levi a bit. Levi up to P... Oh, nope. Levi spins himself, trying to get up into P2 for the restart. Again, sorry for the notifications. Levi corner cutting to get back up to the pack so they can go on to the restart, giving Chance a boost. Coming into the bow. What are they gonna call this? The bow or the D? I like the bow better. Coming into the bow and coming out of the bow. Once we get up to this turn, the green flag might go, and Joseph almost nails Levi into the barrier on the inside of the pit, and Chance spins Joseph once again. Lap 23. Right? Yeah. Lap 23 will be the official end of the race. Lap 23 will be the official end of the race. Joseph just plows through. Green flag gets called actually early so that this race can get ended. Green flag is thrown and we are officially in the final 3 laps. The race officials have just announced that the final 3 laps, that the 3-lap rule will be brought back for these final 3 laps, since the race must be ended now. The final 3-lap rule states that if a caution should fly in the final 3 laps, that if a person wrecks in the final 3 laps, a caution will not fly. That is one of the old rules of the old league and has been brought back so that this race can be over with. Coming off of the kind of hairpin, coming into the S's, Levi trying to catch up to Joseph, coming out of the S's and coming onto the bow. Levi cuts the corner a bit, coming onto the bow, trying to get back on track. Levi trying to pass Joseph on the inside. Levi breaks early so that Joseph tries to defend him by moving him onto the coming onto the final turn. Coming on to the final turn. And there's Chance. Where'd Chance come from? Who knows? Coming on to lap 22, or lap 21. We are now 2 laps away from the end of the race. Chance dive bombs and tries to wreck Joseph, but it does not work. Instead, it gives Joseph a chance. Nick has said caution, but I do not believe the caution will go. I still believe that the caution will not go. Caution is out. Caution is out. Race officials have just said that the caution will fly for this one time. Looks like Levi's brakes were not working there. Chance spins Joseph. Sorry that I got their names mixed up all the time by saying Chance or Joseph when I was trying to talk about one of the other drivers. Just because Chance and Joseph to me kind of sounds similar. So that is my fault. Also, coming on to the final turn, the green flag will fly on this final turn. And lap 24 will be the official end of the race. I could not move that notification because I was too focused on the restart. Joseph spins. Nope, he saves it. Joseph spins, and the caution flies again. Oh no, no, the caution does not fly. Caution does not fly. Or does it? Caution flies. Okay. Lap 25 will be the end of the race. Green flag is out. Green flag is out. Oh no, green flag's not out yet. Green flag is out, and lap 24 will be the official end of the race. Again. We are sorry for all the miscommunication here. Into the bow. Levi corner cuts into the bow. Coming out of the bow. Levi brakes a little late, going off track, trying to find speed coming off of that turn. With his tires is starting to get a little worn out. Levi's trying to find that speed and trying to find out how he can pass Joseph in the final 3 laps. Coming out of the last turn. Joseph's still leading. 2 laps to go. And oh! Oh no! Oh no! And the caution will not fly! Caution doesn't fly! Has Levi just lost his chance at winning the championship? Nick up into P3! Has Levi lost his chance at winning the championship? Levi's gonna corner cut and do all he can to get back up there. His teammates are gonna try and do everything they can to help him. Nick slows down tremendously. Levi trying to pass Nick on the inside. Levi passes Nick on the inside. Trying to get up there. Nick corner cuts tremendously. And on the final lap, corner cutting for that will most likely give him a position penalty. Who knows, though? Since Levi has passed him just there on the inside, he will not get a position penalty for that. Levi is now fighting for everything and hits the wall. Caution still does not fly. Levi is pushing his car to the limit to try and make up for those positions. Final lap of the race. Final lap. Coming off the final turn. Final lap. We're on the final lap of the race. Levi still in third. Joseph still in second. Oh, let me rephrase that. Chance Hughes. The board is currently reading that Chance Hughes is currently in first. Levi is now officially on the final lap. This is the final lap of the race. By the looks of it, Chance Hughes is still in the lead. And nope, there is Nick and Chance. Something must have happened. Levi passing Chance and off of... And crashing into the barrier, trying to catch up to Joseph Diaz. But Joseph is too far ahead of the pack. He can't make it up. Levi cutting corners, trying to get up there with Joseph. Hitting the walls and kind of sliding. Chance down the third. Cutting corners tremendously, just trying to make up that time. Bumping the walls. Chance Hughes is coming up on Levi and up to second. All of them are currently cutting corners just to make up for that. As we're coming into the S's, Joseph is on the bow. Joseph on the bow and coming off the bow. Levi cuts the corner there, trying to catch up to Joseph. It won't work. It does not matter at this point. Levi spins but saves himself. Chance passes. Oh, Chance hits Levi and spins him again. Chance passes Levi. But the end of the race is here. Joseph comes off the turn, comes up to the wire, and Joseph will take the checkered flag to win the Remington 100. Chance will finish second, but all it will be Levi up in the third. Levi in third and coming to the line into the checkered flag. Levi achieves his goal to win the Junior Cup Championship.